a new decade, a new era. We're in 2020. And my hopes for Batman, maybe he'll be happy this year, you know? Maybe him and Selina will finally relax and be together. Maybe we'll get the return of Alfred Pennyworth since he's dead right now and we all miss him. And maybe he can convince one of the many classic villains to go back to the good side and not commit horrible crimes in Gotham. But if he did have all of those things, he just wouldn't be as entertaining, now would he? Happy New Year, Gothamites! If you are new here though, well, hello there. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. It is 2020. I am wearing Baby Yoda because I am obsessed and it is my new child. I'm ready. I'm ready for the new year. I'm ready for this new decade. I'm very excited, just in a general sense. The new year means new beginnings and rebirths and Phoenix metaphors and all of that good stuff. If you are watching this, I hope you had a really fun and safe New Year's Eve and then going into New Year's Day. Hopefully you didn't get too drunk or too messed up. And if you're watching this, literally you survived. So like, congrats, you feel me? I am so happy you made it here. Since this is the beginning of the year, I have to tell you guys the 5 reasons why you should be hyped about the Batman character, mythos, and even just DC Comics in the year 2020. There's always many reasons to be excited about Batman. When I wake up in the morning, I'm already excited about Batman because that's just me being extra. But this year, this year is going to be a blast. And if you have no idea what is going on with the Batman character this year, then you definitely need to check out these 5 reasons because pretty epic. But before we get into our new year and probably same old Batman because the man can't be happy, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become part of this wonderful Gothamite community? Start your 2020 off right, fam. Just click the button and subscribe. It's not gonna hurt. We talk about Batman all the time. If you like Batman, why wouldn't you subscribe, you know? Oh, before we start, I just really want to quickly show you a new book that I got literally like a day ago because, oh my god, I'm going to get the book. So heavy, but I'm so happy. It's this lovely Batman definitive history of the Dark Knight in film, comics, and beyond, I think. And it is amazing. It is literally a coffee table book. It's just all of Batman's 80 years rolled into one, and it is an amazing collector's edition, let me tell you. There's a foreword by Michael Keaton, who of course was 1989's Batman. Then there is an introduction from both Dennis O'Neil, who was an amazing Batman writer. He is a god. And of course, Kevin Conroy, who is the veteran voice actor who has been voicing the Caped Crusader in animation since 1992 pretty consistently. And it's just gorgeous. Like, oh, that's so fun. I wanted to open up the book and show you just a random page. But look, it's Kelly Jones art. It was destiny. But look at the color and it's just so nice. I'm reading it cover to cover. I just started, so of course I'm literally in the golden age, but it's so good. It's so good. It came out only a couple months ago, so it's relatively new. If you're like, I want this book, I'll put it in the description just because I was so excited to get it. And any Batman fan literally needs this book. This isn't a sponsor or anything. It's just, y'all need it. Start your decade off right with some good Batman material, you know? I'm just really excited to have this book. And the only way I can nerd out is through these channels, so. Our first reason that you should be excited about Batman in 2020 is, I think, something that I, right now, in this moment, am so excited for and want to know more about. And that is the fact that Jim Starlin's 1988-1989 4-issue arc Batman, A Death in the Family is getting animated in a short by DC Comics. My God. This isn't really new news. DC Comics announced it on their website back in May of 2019, I believe. And what we know is that a series of shorts are being made by DC Comics and Warner Bros. Entertainment that'll be under the DC Showcase series, where it started back, I believe, in 2010. It had a really short-lived run, literally like a year. The shorts would debut on TV, particularly Cartoon Network, or even on the DC Comics YouTube channel and website. Usually those shorts would also be added onto the DC animated original movies. So if you bought an animated film, one of the extras could possibly be one of these animated shorts. But apparently, DC is bringing the DC Showcase back. And there's going to be several different short animated stories, which include Sergeant Rock, The Phantom Stranger, Adam Strange, Death, and of course, Batman, Death in the Family. All of the other shorts will be included with other DC animated movies. But because we Batman and we out here, and they had to extend Death in the Family because you can't do wrong with Death in the Family, they're gonna give it its own extended short little animated feature, which, oh my God, there's so many questions. If you aren't familiar with A Death in the Family, it is one of the most essential Batman stories within his mythology, particularly because the character Jason Todd, who was the second Robin at the time of this publication, was killed by the Joker himself. And not only that, but Death in the Family is known for its really, I suppose now infamous and famous poll where readers were able to call in and vote on whether or not Jason Todd lived or died. And I've talked about this many times on this channel before, but if you were like, well, what's A Death in the Family? That is A Death in the Family, and they're making an animated short. Now, of course, the first time in animation where we really saw A Death in the Family play out was in 2010's Batman Under the Red Hood, which is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this year. So that is awesome. Sorry if you hear this, like my heater's on, because it's literally freezing. Which is why I am in a sweatshirt and it's just Baby Yoda, and so sorry if there's just noise in the background. I am excited to see what they're going to do with this animated short. I am especially excited to learn who is going to be voicing characters like Batman and Joker and Robin, and who is going to be involved within this short. I need to know, because if people like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are coming back for these shorts just because it's a short, which is a very common thing that especially Kevin Conroy has done. Like, for instance, on DC Nation, he voiced Batman in the Strange Days, I believe, which is a Bruce Timm animated short that came on DC Nation a few years ago. That's amazing. Any classic books like Death in the Family that get to be animated and maybe introduced to a whole new audience that maybe haven't read the comic book series, that is always very exciting to me. And oh my God, that's very hype. I've been hyped about this for like 6 months, and now it's 2020 and I have no idea when it's coming out. But hopefully not like at the end of this year, like maybe in a couple months. That'd be fantastic. I think my phone went ding, ding, dong. We get to see Jason Todd be beaten with a crowbar by the Joker. Animated, I'm so geeked for that. Okay, the second thing that you should be very excited for is that the fact that Joaquin Phoenix might get an Oscar for portraying the Joker. And it's not gonna really affect my life personally, but I hope that happens. I am not saying that he will win. I just think that based off of the film getting nominated for everything, for the Golden Globes and the Screen Actors Guild, Joaquin Phoenix has been nominated for Best Actor. Todd Phillips has been nominated for Best Director. It's getting all of the major nominations. Usually, like 90% of the time, the nominations from like Golden Globes and Screen Actors Guild, the categories and the people nominated kind of mirror what we're gonna get with the Academy Awards. And I honestly think that Phoenix will get nominated. I don't know if he'll win. The fact that he's getting recognized for his role at playing Arthur Fleck, aka Joker, in Todd Phillips' film is incredible. It's not specifically happening to us. We're not getting to watch an animated film or anything like that. But the fact that a comic book movie, because even if it feels much more raw and a little just bleak and darker than your typical comic book movie, the fact is, similar to 2008's The Dark Knight, where Heath Ledger was nominated for portraying the Joker, and he actually won the award for Best Supporting Actor. The fact that the comic book movies, any comic movie that gets recognized in big award shows and are considered cinema, and some people in the industry don't think that comic book movies are cinema, but whatever. Let's just be excited that comic book films are getting recognized by huge award shows and by the Academy. Probably. And I have my fingers crossed for Joaquin Phoenix and everyone who worked on the Joker who is nominated for any and all awards. Literally, like, the movie has been nominated from like 7 different awards things. It's crazy. But speaking of Joker, I moved up a little closer because I felt really far away. But speaking of Joker, the third reason why you should be hyped about Batman is the milestones that happened this year. In particular, both the Joker and Catwoman are celebrating their 80th anniversary this year because both of them debuted in 1940's Batman issue #1. Just like the Batman 80 that we were celebrating all year long last year, now it's Joker 80 and Catwoman lady. I'm thinking of Cat Lady because I'm literally watching The Simpsons. I'm binging it on Disney Plus, and sorry about that. Catwoman 80. And that could mean many things. That could mean we can get a nice collector's edition book, somewhat like this, or even a book like this where it celebrates the 80 years of Batman. Maybe we will get a book that is celebrating 80 years of Joker and 80 years of Catwoman and get awesome stories in a collector's edition sometime this year. Totally possible. And in particular, if you go to any Comic-Cons that happen this year, anytime there's a special anniversary, DC goes all out with their booth, with panels, with just all kinds of swag and merch, just all kinds of things for big anniversaries. When Superman had his 80th, when Batman had his 80th, it was major. And maybe they'll do that with Joker in particular. I'm sorry, Catwoman. I love Catwoman. Don't get me wrong. But Joker's Joker. I mean, we just talked about how the Joker character, once again, might get an Oscar. You know what I mean? So, just flow with me here. And that is very exciting. And there are other anniversaries that are happening this year. One that I think is interesting, and I honestly hope something comes of it. I don't know exactly what. But technically the Bronze Age, the 1970s, started with 1970, is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And for me, I think that's important for Batman because that was such a transformative period for the character, leaving the very campy era of the 1960s and bringing the character, especially within comic books, back to the very dark roots that he began with, thanks to Bob Kane and Bill Finger in 1939. Maybe we'll get a collector's edition of like a Bronze Age omnibus or something. There's also other fun anniversaries such as like Batman Forever. It came out in 1995. It's 25 years old. Makes me feel old. Like my birthday's next month and I'm not excited at all. But that's celebrating 25th anniversary. Maybe they'll put out something special. You never know. The Joker and Catwoman being around for 80 years. Amazing. And still influential. Amazing. We're getting a new Catwoman in Zoe Kravitz next year and Matt Reeves the Batman. We have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and maybe in the future there will be some other Joker somehow, some way. Just another person playing the character, not necessarily a Joker sequel. Even though there has been the very rumor that there will be a Joker 2, which I talk all about in this video. So like if you're interested in any of that, I'll put that in the description below. I think we'll get fun Joker and Catwoman content this year because of their big anniversaries, and maybe other fun content because of other anniversaries. Joker and Catwoman, happy birthday, basically. A fourth thing that should get you hype about Batman this year is not just even Batman. It is the DC Comics Cinematic Universe, because this year in particular is literally girl power within the DC film world. Next month, we are getting Cathy Yan's movie, Birds of Prey, and the, what is it? Birds of Prey and the Fantastic Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Is that the name? I literally have to look it up. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Why couldn't I think of the word fantabulous? But that is coming out next month, I believe February 7th, and it has, of course, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, who first debuted in 2016 Suicide Squad. So technically, really, this is almost a Harley Quinn spin-off from Suicide Squad, which is totally fine. I get it. She was one of the most popular characters that came from that movie. I get it. So they gave her her own movie. But it's a girl power movie. You have Huntress, and you have Black Canary, and you're gonna have Cassandra Cain, which she's just Cassandra Cain. I think she's just gonna kick some ass, and that's great with me. And we're also getting Renee Montoya, and that's cool. And we're getting Black Mask. Obi-Wan is gonna be Black Mask, and that's dope as hell to me. That's very exciting. And then, of course, my girl, Gal Gadot, and my girl, Patty Jenkins. Oh my God. Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out June. And guess what? Who's gonna be there? Just me. I'm so excited. Oh my God, is that the UPS truck? I'm getting like 20 packages this week for some reason. So I know I'm gonna have to probably stop filming for a minute. See, my dogs hear the truck. So I'll be right back. What was I talking about? Wonder Woman 1984. Oh, so good. The Wonder Woman sequel is finally here. I love the first one. The second one looks amazing. I love the vibes. I love that Cheetah's in it. I love that I think we're gonna see the invisible jet, and that is exciting as heck to me. Oh, so good, so good. And even though the Batman isn't coming out next year, they are filming and starting production literally like now, like this month. They're starting production. They're already starting to build sets for the film and all that. So we'll probably get way more information and probably a first look at Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne / Batman relatively soon. We can get it next month, or it might be closer to San Diego Comic-Con in July, but sometime this year, we're gonna know way more of Matt Reeves the Batman, which that's really exciting. I cannot wait. And learning that next year we're also gonna get Black Adam, so we'll probably get more developments about those films this year. It's just an exciting time to see how the DC Cinematic Universe is going to play out this year and just over the next couple years, because obviously whatever the DCEU thing it's getting somewhat revamped. It's not going to be exactly the same, obviously. And we might even find out this year if we're going to get some solo DC films more like the Joker, because Warner Brothers, they're not dumb. They saw that Joker made tons and tons of money, and people like these standalone character studies practically about these Batman villains, so we might actually get more of those. We will find out lots and lots of things this year, but yes, Birds of Prey in February and Wonder Woman in June. Oh, hell yeah. As a woman, that's very exciting. I love all these characters, so any DC movie I'm geeked over, but yes. And then, of course, the fifth and last thing that should get you hyped about Batman this year and every year are just the comics and the books that are coming out that we know about this year, and what we might even get within Batman's world within the comic book continuity. So, of course, we know that Tom King is leaving the official Batman publication, and he's had a very long run. I talked about it actually in my last video, which was counting down the top 10 best Batman comics of the 2010s. So if you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description below. But he is going to be doing a Batman and Catwoman 12-issue limited series this year, and I'm very excited for that because maybe, just maybe, Batman and Catwoman can have a happy life together or something. I just want them to be happy in some capacity because just bad things have been happening to Batman lately and it's not fair. We're also in the very early stages of Frank Miller's new Batman DKR universe book, Golden Child, which has Raphael Grandpa illustrating it, and like, that's cool, you know? Within this Dark Knight universe, there's Batman the Dark Knight Returns, there's Batman the Dark Knight Strikes Again, there's Batman DK3 The Master Race, and now we're on DK the Golden Child. The DC Black Label is getting even bigger, which if you aren't familiar with the DC Black Label, that is basically the imprint within DC Comics where the content is for a more mature audience, so you would not give this to your little ones. And one of my favorite videos that I actually did last year now, that's so weird. It's like day one, but okay. Was talking about the best Batman not suitable for kids comics, and some DC Black Label stuff is in there. So I'll put that video in the description below as well. I love really inappropriate Batman comics. Like, those are just the best. But in this publication, we've already had Brian Azzarello's Batman Damned, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman The Last Night on Earth. We're gonna get more, and I'm excited about that. But it's kind of bittersweet because we're getting more DC Black Label books because Vertigo was canceled and I loved that imprint. So that was kind of a bummer. Oh, speaking of DC Black Label, I actually had it like on my shelf because I recently got it. Here is an example of a DC Black Label comic. It is Jeff Lemire's Joker Killer Smile, which is a limited series, and see, it says DC Black Label. So that's out now. It's a really, really good series. You should check it out. More books are coming out, such as the continuation of books like Joker / Harley Criminal Insanity. I think even the continuation of Batman Curse of the White Knight. Killer Smile, the last issue of this is coming out next month. And then we're also going to get, I believe, 2 different Birds of Prey books that will tie in, or at least go along with, companion to, however you want to say it, to the movie that's coming out next month. And I know that's going to be coming out literally either this month or next month. So we're getting comics under that label. Very, very cool. And there's also going to be more books that are pushed towards a younger demographic that are coming out this year. Batman books. That should always get you excited for the new year. And there's going to be, I'm sure, tons and tons of more stories that will be announced, and I'm really excited for it. With that and all of those things that we discussed, those 5 reasons why you should be excited for this year, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for many, many reasons about Batman within this new decade. But the biggest that I see from all of these is that more people are going to discover Batman, learn more about Batman, fall in love with the Batman and DC Comics characters because of all of this. We gotta start the year off on a positive note. And what is more positive than celebrating the Batman and all of the milestones and media that's going to come out that's going to make fans like us very, very happy. I love that. Batman, get hyped. You should be hyped for him every day. But if you couldn't figure out why, hopefully those 5 reasons were convincing enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about the 5 reasons why you should be hyped about Batman in 2020. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a bat thumbs up. All of my social media is linked in the description below, including Instagram at History of the Batman. So why don't you give it a follow and become a Gothamite. Also in the description below are all the videos that I mentioned and more content. If you haven't watched my other videos, go check it out. I have tons and tons and tons of content, and once you start watching those, why don't you subscribe to this channel and start your 2020 off the right way by joining this Batman community. It would mean so much to me. I hope you all are having a very, very happy new year, and you're going in with positive thoughts and just excitement for what is to come, and I am sending out positive vibes and goodness to all of you guys, because I really do hope that you have a wonderful year. If there is something specific that you want to learn about this year, please let me know in the comments below, because I am always open to hearing what you guys actually really specifically want to learn about, because there's so much content. It can be overwhelming, but if there is a story or a character or an era or anything that you're like, I want to learn more about this, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this first video of the new year, and we will have much more History of the Batman very soon, right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Happy New Year! What?